is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. CES is basically started at this point. I go to CES every single year. Not since I started this channel, but within a couple of years that I started this channel, and I absolutely love it. I had so much fun at CES, not only just seeing all the cool tech and experiencing all the cool tech, but actually meeting other creators like myself that either I know on Twitter or know on YouTube, and you get to meet up with these people. It's so much fun. This year I decided not to attend just because of COVID and, you know, having friends and family members that have gotten COVID and they haven't gotten sick from it, but it seems like what they've received from it is like just complete annoyance with it, from not being able to taste and smell to having slight breathing issues to having a cold to having this or that. It's like the range. Some people have, no symptoms at all. Some people have a little bit of symptoms, at least the people that I know. And I'm like, I don't even want to put myself through it just in case, just to be safe. And so CES I will not be attending this year if you were curious. Otherwise, you probably don't care. With that said, a couple of news stories and also a lot of questions. You guys sent me a lot of questions, so I had to knock off a couple here or two. But regardless, let's jump into the tech news. Our first story of the day, again, about the Galaxy S21 Fan Edition. They will announce it today. They haven't announced it just yet. At the time of me making this video, it's 2:45. I think they're announcing it at 6:30 Pacific, I think it was, or maybe it was 6:30 Eastern. So very, very soon, maybe by the time I post this video. But regardless, if you want to pre-order it, I don't even know if they're gonna ever pre-order, but ultimately I'll link it down below. You can bring you to that splash page so you can read more about it. But with that said, here's a tweet from Joshua Swingle, who put it, and again, a beautiful tweet here that we can just follow along, showing that it's gonna have a Snapdragon 888, and this is all official stuff. 6.4-inch Full HD 120 Hertz display, the optical fingerprint scanner, meaning it's gonna be underneath the display for that fingerprint scanner. 12 megapixel main, 12 megapixel wide, and an 8 megapixel telephoto, 32 megapixel selfie camera. You can either get it with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, or 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, 4,500 milliamp battery, Android 12, IP68, and NFC. Shipments start January 11th, so that's next week, a week from today. And it's gonna cost either $699 or $769 based off of what the configuration you choose with the 6128 or the 8256. This is what it looks like. Everything we kind of knew about it and know about it has been like that since day one, but it's basically ready to go. Keep your eye on that splash page if you're looking to pre-order it. Once the pre-orders do go live, I'll also put it on a little post on my YouTube. Next up is about the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it's a little bit of bad news, at least I feel like it is, in a way, because the Galaxy S22 Ultra is basically, in a candy bar sense, phone. The perfect phone. It's got a great display, it's gonna have great sound, it's gonna have great software, it's gonna have high performance, it's gonna have great cameras. There's really not anything to not like about this, but one of the things we've been hearing, especially today because of a benchmark, is that it's not gonna have potentially as much RAM as expected. Again, this is the Ultra version, not the 22 or the 22 Plus. I'm talking the 22 Ultra. So as you can see from the headline, a Geekbench listing confirms that the S22 Ultra could get a RAM downgrade. And we're looking at that based off of some benchmark scores showing the single core of 997 and a multi-core score of 3483. And when you look at the bottom, it says memory 7.13 gigs, which equates out to 8 gigabytes of memory. And eek, come on. Like, do we need 12? I'll wholeheartedly admit, probably not. Would it help with performance and just overall usage of the phone? Yes, especially if you're a heavy-handed user and you like a lot of apps and doing a lot of things on the phone at the same time. It's definitely going to help. It's not going to hurt it in terms of performance. And it begs the question, are they only going to put 8 gigs of RAM in this? Is this just, not a fake, but is it just a one-off thing that maybe they just wanted to test it with 8 gigs of RAM? Is it a budget version of the Ultra and everything else would be 12 and 16 gigs of RAM? That's a remaining question. I'm hoping this is just a version of the 22 Ultra that you can get if you want to save a little bit of money, because obviously it would reduce the cost, but it remains to be seen. It's a little bit of a turnoff, especially when you expect and have seen Samsung has put 12 gigs of RAM in all their premium phones for the past handful amount of years, and this is just a bit of a turnoff. So with that said, that'll be your question of the day. What do you think about that? Do you think we're gonna see an 8 GB RAM version of the 22 Ultra and that'll be all we see, or will we still see 12 and 16 gigs of RAM, or what do you think? Me personally, I don't think we'll see this. I mean, there is a benchmark for it, but I don't think we're gonna ultimately see that. With that said, let's get into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. First question of the day comes from Dave. Hey Greg, do you think Samsung should have all their phones with squared off edges like the new S22? I know I would, especially the foldables. All of the phones, no, because then you don't have any diversity with what people might like and want. And then to add on to that, the foldables though, would I want it to be like that? Potentially. At the end of the day, I have a case on it. Does it really affect it? And whatever. New York's Finest asks, question, I'm hearing the S22 Ultra will be approximately the same size as the Note 10 Plus. Will I be able to use my UV tempered glass in the Note 10 Plus with the S22 Ultra? I don't mind if the Note 10 Plus tempered glass is slightly smaller than the S22 Ultra. Also, I prefer the UV tempered glass, and I've had it on my phone for a long time with no issues. Could you use it? Maybe. Would you want to? I wouldn't. I mean, it's old too. Get something new. I wouldn't do it, but potentially could you? Yes, but you're also gonna have the camera. I can't remember. Does that have a camera cutout? I guess it doesn't. It probably doesn't have a camera cutout. I wouldn't do it. Even if it fit, I still wouldn't do it. Next up is Ask Tom. He's got a bunch of stuff in here saying what he likes and doesn't like, but ultimately, he's asking, do you think that the release of the S22 Ultra, aka Note, will hurt the Fold sales figuratively and eventually make the fall release highly innovative? So Fold Slides Rollables $2,000 price point. Will Sammy bring the camera array of the S22 Ultra to the Fold 4? I do hope so, but I think they won't. Looking forward to your answers. Yeah, Tom, I don't think they're going to either. I think they're trying to get to the price of the Galaxy Z Fold 4 to be a lot less than what it is now. I think it's gonna be getting into that $1,500 price range now for the Fold 4. And I think they're gonna keep the cameras better than what they have now, but not up to the standards of the 22 Ultra. It's a big disappointment. I don't think we're gonna be that happy with some of the aspects of the Fold 4, if I had to guess. And our last question comes from Brandon Boggs. Is there for sure going to be a red S22 Ultra? There supposedly is. That's what the rumors are, that it's gonna be a red one, so I'm gonna have to go yes on that one. So thanks for your questions. If you have a question, put it in the comments down below with the word question. I'll potentially answer it tomorrow, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.